What's your life like these days?
Oh, it's interesting you ask. I actually, for 5 months, have only been seeing my girl.
So you have a girl?
Yeah, we've been together a year and a half.
Oh, what?
Yeah, when we first got together, it was like only for the. Literally, I met her in a very fun environment.
Do I know her?
Nah,
No.
I don't think so.
You keep her kind of private?
I do my best.
Okay.
She is, bro. The thing is, she comes from a different lifestyle than me, and she is like relentless. Like, post me. I want to get posts. I want everyone to know. I want everyone to know. Put my handle in there. I'm like, sweetie, only a liability, not an asset. Nothing good comes from it, and she can't comprehend the damages that can come. Whatever. So occasionally I'll post her, like, kind of discreetly, stuff like that. So she just gets off my back, but keeps the security and the privacy of the situation.
Okay.
So when we first got together, it was like all about like sex. Like literally, bro, we met in person one time. I actually didn't even see her there. Like she like tried to talk to me apparently, and I like kind of shrugged her off. I was like with some other chick or whatever, and we ran into each other in the same place another time. And she caught my attention without even talking to me. And I said to one of the other women, I said, "Hey, who is that? Like, what's up?" She goes, "Oh, here's her Instagram." I DM her. She DMs me back. She goes, "I'm currently taking applications for booty calls." So I submitted literally like almost like as an obnoxious joke, like my whole like resume on why I'm the best booty call. And she like took me up on that offer, and we chilled. And she ended up staying with me for like an extended period of time. The first time we hung out like ourselves, and we're almost inseparable. And we're having sex with like groups of people and like. Whatever. It was like all fun.
She was down for the fuck shit.
Yeah, for sure. And then she said, "Hey, like I don't want to do that anymore. I want to give you all my attention." I said, "Bet, like let's run it. Let's get more serious. We're spending so much time together. We ended up moving in together. Like this is a whiles back when I had my house, one of the houses in Vegas, and she was only seeing me. And I said to her, I said, "Hey, I don't think that I'm capable of only having sex with you." She goes, "No problem. Here's my parameters. Here's how I would be comfortable with you sleeping around." I said, "No problem." And we had done that. And about 5 months ago, I had like this little orgy tour. It started in like Maryland, and then Atlantic City, then LA, then Vegas. And while we were doing it in Vegas, I had this moment where I was like, I don't like the way I feel at this exact second. And I said, what could it be? I said, well, I'm engaged in this high, what do you call it? Like high sense, like all my senses were on high alert. You know what I'm saying? Like high stimulus.
Sensory overload.
Yeah, sensory overload. This high stimulated environment. I said maybe it's this. I said this isn't making me feel the way I want it to make me feel right now. So I stopped what I was doing. I left. We were in like a suite, whatever. I left like all the people that were in there, and I called my girl and I said, "Hey, like I've been having this little orgy tour, and I'm unhappy with myself at this moment. I want to see if I feel better about me if I am just one-on-one with you." And she's like, "Yeah, I would love that. Like, that would love nothing more. Like, let's do it. Whatever makes you happy. If you think that's going to improve how you feel about yourself, I'm totally on board." Like, why would she not? Of course, like, obviously she's happy that I don't have to sleep around. So that was about 5 months ago. For 5 months, we've been rocking out. And I would say I do feel better. There's other things I did in my life also, though, to like cut some fat and trim some wasted energies. And
right, because I mean, the description that you had of your sex drive on the last interview, where you're talking about fucking 6 chicks in a night and having a whole separate floor of rooms on a hotel floor or whatever, it was kind of like, how is this a real thing that he actually wants to engage in? This sounds insane.
You know that there's been endless times that people have stepped forward and said, "This is all legit. I was there. I saw it. I witnessed it. I was part of it."
I mean, I'm not denying that you were doing this.
I'm just
saying
talking about the sex, by the way. I'm talking about every claim I ever made on the first No Jumper. 100% of them have been verified.
I'm just saying
publicly.
I was listening to that like, holy fuck. Like, how could this be enjoyable to be fucking this much? This sounds totally out of control, and like probably at some point this was gonna have to stop.
Yeah, it was like a hobby, and it was super time consuming, drained a lot of energy, and it like took away from me being able to do other things. If I'm with multiple women in one day, bro, the amount of time it takes in communication, transportation, and like one-on-one time, sex time, I lose like 2/3 of my day.
And what's the point?
Yeah. So it was
put
fun.
Your dick in a different vagina. It's like, what's the point at a certain point?
I've done it on and off my whole life, my whole like sex life, whatever. And right now it's off. And will it ever go back on? Who knows? I never planned it. Right now I'm happy with what I got.
You ever bang a girl with Ryan Mills?
Nah. Well, I'm sure we banged the same girl. I'm sure many times.
Yeah.
But we have not together banged the girl, no.
You should.
The real R. Millie?
Go check out my Ryan Mills interview if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, shout out R. Mills, man.
You kick it with all the BMX boys, huh?
Yeah.
You came to the jam, too.
Yeah, that was a blast, bro.
But you're not jumping on any rails anytime soon?
Yeah, I hit some rails. You know, like I'm not like great. I can feeble, switch feeble, double peg, switch double peg.
Nice.
360 backflip. I can do not a 360 back.
Backflip.
So I backflip with Schmitty, Brandon Schmidt. Shout out Schmitty. I shout him out all the time. Yeah, so he took the first time I ever went to Pastrana's house, he took me there. We stayed there for a week. He took me to Woodward a whole bunch, all the different Woodwards. So I spent a lot of time with him, like kind of like one-on-one just riding, you know. I've never backflipped to dirt. I've never backflipped to wood, but I backflipped to
the resi?
To resi and foam.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not done that. I can't imagine going upside down.
Yeah.
Doing a 360 is disorienting enough.
I think a 360 is harder. I have real trouble like spinning on a straight axis. I always like lean in like almost like a tabletop, like you know, like a tuck 3 sort of, but unintentional. So I can't really come out of the tuck and like right away.
Right.
I have a lot of trouble with that.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.